Well, they're cute, they're colorful, they're sweet. We love to find them in our Easter baskets, and this time of year they seem to pop up everywhere. One thing we didn't know, just how versatile our beloved Peeps really are. Arina Lanis is here to show us how a Peep doesn't have to be just a Peep. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh my goodness, I say this every time. You've outdone yourself. I won't dwell on it. Let's just get right to it. You've got some easy tips for Peep magic this time of year. Number one, for decorating, you need to cure the Peep.
Yes, and curing is just a different way of saying drying out, letting them go stale.
Okay.
So as soon as you open up that box and the air hits the Peeps, they start to harden. And when you're crafting with them, it's nice to have them nice and hard, because then you can hot glue them. Because when they're soft, they just sort of like, they don't stick very well, but when they're hard, they stick. I mean, when they're hard, they are going to be like rock hard.
Which makes you wonder before you put one in your mouth, but that's another story. And it doesn't take long for them to harden up.
Well, it takes about a week.
Okay.
So if you have a craft project, and you know, it depends on how hard you want it to be. So it can take 2 weeks if you want them harder. So, so yeah, cure them.
Your example, the topiary.
Yes, the topiary. And this is fun because obviously they're the chicks, and I just, you know, you just sort of hot glue them in a round, you know, form, and there you go.
I can hardly stand it. That is so cute.
It is so cute. I mean, it makes you happy.
And the colors, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the colors make you happy. And you think spring, you think
your
Easter.
mood lightens the minute you see one of these guys.
Yep.
Okay, number two, bunny Peeps.
Bunny Peeps. Okay, the reason I love bunny Peeps is because you can layer them. So the chicks are rounded, but the bunnies are flat. So what you can do, and I have a great example here, is this is a centerpiece, and I actually have two vases in here. So one has the flowers with the water, and then what I did was I just took the Peeps, and and when they're soft, and you don't have to cure these because you're not going to be hot gluing them,
right?
But they're real flexible, so you can just sort of like put them in the vase, and they will take the vase's form pretty quickly. And but anyway, so what's nice is you can create 2 layers, and if you go on Pinterest and you type in Peeps, you're going to get lots of ideas. But what you'll see when people layer them is they use jelly beans and like chocolate candies, and they're really cute, but they're expensive, especially if you have a large vase. I mean, can you imagine how many jelly beans it would take?
That's a lot.
That's a lot, and it's like 30 bucks worth of jelly beans.
The paper grass looks great.
And the paper grass is $1 a bag, and you can actually, you know, sort of work with it. You can make thick layers, you can make thin layers.
That is so great. Okay, number 3, if you're actually eating the Peeps, the opposite of curing, make sure they're as fresh as possible.
Exactly. So the best part about, and you know what, I don't want to say this because there's a lot of Peeps connoisseurs out there that like their Peeps stale, like they like to gnaw on them because they like them rock hard. So I don't want to say that Peeps taste the best.
Right.
But if, you know, you might want to find out who's coming to your party, and you know, you're decorating a cake, and this is my example, but I like to take them out, you know, maybe 10 minutes before I serve them, because then they're nice and fresh, and you can sort of sink your teeth into them. So yeah, I would. And then these Peep kebabs, also, you want to make sure that your Peeps are fresh with them.
I don't know if you'd be able to see that. Oh my goodness, so cute. There they are. Oh. Okay, number 4. They're indestructible. We know that.
Yes, they're indestructible. And, you know, it's so funny because a major university did an entire study on how to destroy Peeps. And so they tried putting them in acid, they tried putting them in water, they did a slew of things. And then in St. Louis, the St. Louis Science Center had an entire, like, show on, like, you would go and you would watch professionals try to destroy the Peeps,
and they can't do it.
They can't do it. Okay, so what that means for you is that
we won't think too much about that.
No, don't think too deeply. It's Easter, it's a treat. But what that means is you can do all sorts of stuff. Like, this is a Peeps trifle, and it has about 7 layers of stuff. And the nice thing is that you know your Peeps aren't going to disintegrate, and
exactly.
I have, or you know, get mushy. I mean, obviously they might get a little wet, but what I have in this trifle is I have a layer of waffles, then I have a layer of pistachio pudding with Cool Whip, you know, mixed in. Then I have cake, and then I have another layer of Cool Whip, and then I have more cake, and then on the very top is pudding with Cool Whip. And guess what? Everybody's survived.
Exactly. They will be here for us as long as we need them
Yes.
to be. Arina, thank you so much.
You.
And you can find a link to Arina on our website, kctv5.com, and click the Better KC tab.